Hi, I'm Tash and welcome to your practice. Today we'll be working with the shoulders. So let's get started in a seated position. Gently closing down the eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Just do that one more time. Inhaling, lift up through the crown of the head. Exhaling, drop the shoulders down the back. Taking a moment here to connect with your breath. Noticing how the body feels. Where do you feel the breath moving in the body? Consciously relaxing the muscles of the face. And then option to keep the eyes closed here. As you breathe in, reach the arms up. As you breathe out, draw the hands through the heart center. Breathing in, lifting up, interlace the fingers, press the palms away from you, lift up through the armpits, exhale round through the spine, press the palms away from you, curve your mid-back, look towards the earth. Breathing in, slow motion, press through the arms, allow the shoulders to roll back. Breathing out, pressing the hands forwards, expanding through the rib cage, curling the spine. 3 more times like this by yourself. Breathing in, option to look up. Breathing out, option to look down. Twice more in your own time. Jaw is relaxed. Really nice. This time as you exhale, let's bring the hands to the sides. Fingertips planted on the earth. Take a breath in, lift up tall through the spine. As you breathe out, exhale through the mouth. And just do that one more time. Breathing in. And breathing out. And then finding your way into tabletop position. Hands directly underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Take a moment here to rock backwards and forwards to find a neutral position in the pelvis. Option here to tuck all 10 of your toes underneath. And then again, taking one of those deep breaths, expanding through the ribcage. And then slowly exhaling through the nose. Really nice. Take a breath in, reach the right arm up. As you exhale, bring the right arm through the left, thread the needle, hover the shoulder. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, threading the arm. One more time. Inhaling, reach up. And exhaling, thread the shoulder. So we're not going to stay here. We'll inhale and reach up one more time. Keep the side body opening as you extend your right leg behind you. I'm going to turn around. So you'll end up in a half side plank position, reaching the right arm up, right leg is straight. Kick out through the right heel and check in with your lower back here. Option to look up towards the sky. And then moving the shoulder, reaching the arm forwards. Coming back up as you breathe in. Extending the arm forwards as you breathe out. So you can really feel those intercostal muscles lengthening here as you work. One more time. Really nice. Let's take a breath in. An option to bring a block or a book underneath your front hand, your left hand here. And then an option to stay here. Or to lift through that right foot, breathing in, kicking out through your heel. Check that you're not dumping lots of stress into the lower back. And then as you breathe out, bring the knee and the elbow towards each other. Round the spine. Breathing in slow as you can, extend upwards. Breathing out, rounding. Really nice. Let's breathe in and kick away. And breathe out and round. Really nice. Staying in this position, take a breath into the rib cage. Take a breath out, see if you can catch your foot with your hand. And then option here to kick out through that heel, open through the shoulder, find a gentle back bend. Really nice. Let's breathe in, extend the lower back, extend the leg and the arm. Breathe out, tip your weight back over, come back into your tabletop. Right leg is extended. Take a breath in and lift that right leg. Take a breath out and round the right knee towards the nose. Breathing in, extend. Breathing out, round. Just do this 2 more times using your own breath. Really nice. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, bring that right foot towards the ground. Press evenly through the hands. Release the shoulders away from the ears. Then as you inhale, press up into a one-legged plank. Option to keep the knee on the earth here. So right leg extended. Take one more breath here. And then exhaling to release. Sit your hips towards your heels. Take a child's pose. Relax the forehead to the ground. Option to take a breath out through the mouth. And then coming back up. I'm going to turn around again so you can see. So this time, left arm. Inhaling, left arm reaches up. Exhaling, thread the left arm through, over the shoulder. Inhaling to reach. Exhaling to come through. One more time. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling, threading the arm. Really nice. Let's take a breath in and find that expansiveness through the side body. This time left leg extends. You might need to shuffle your right foot slightly so it turns out, coming into side plank. As always, an option to bring a block or a book underneath your hand. Just taking a moment here. And then finding those movements with the shoulder, reaching forwards. And reaching back up. And checking in with your lower back here. Engaging the glutes. Last time. And then finding that reach, option to look up as you lift through that back foot. Kick out through the heel. Exhale, rounding in. Knee and elbow come towards each other. Inhale, reaching out, and just do that 2 more times. Moving with the breath. Slowly, intentionally. This time we're going to stay. And then see if you can grab your left heel with your left hand. Option to kick out through that heel. Find that space in the shoulder back then. Beautiful. Let's take an inhale and reach long. Exhale, tip yourself back over. Realign your knees. Left leg is extended. Shoulders away from the ears. Extend through the back of the neck. And then coming up into your one-legged plank, press the heel of the left foot away. One more breath here. And then as you exhale, come back down. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, round knee to nose. Inhale to extend, find length. Exhale, rounding in. One more time. Inhaling. And exhaling. Gently placing the knee back down. This time tucking all 10 of your toes, slowly lifting up, hips towards the sky, heels towards the earth, knees nice and bent, downward facing dog. Just take a few deep breaths here. Shaking the back of the head if that feels good. Gently bending the knees, looking forwards, bending, stepping the feet between the hands. Inhaling, find some length in the spine, bring the hands towards the shins. And exhaling, stay here. Inhaling, create length at the back of the neck. Knees can be bent here. Exhaling, one more time. Inhaling, see if you can grow your spine even longer. And then as you exhale, bend your knees as much as you need to get the hands to the earth. Take a breath in, roll up vertebrae by vertebrae through the spine. Coming into Tadasana, standing. Let's take a moment here to find our ground. So feet hip distance apart. Gently tucking the tailbone, lifting up through the sternum. Lifting the inner arches, press all four corners of your feet into the earth. Find your breath. Breathing in, reaching the arms up. Breathing out, folding to the earth. Bend your knees. Breathing in, extend through the spine. Breathing out, step that right foot all the way back. Breathing in, find low lunge. Breathing out, hands to the earth. Step back to a plank pose. Take a breath in here. As you breathe out, knees towards the ground. Elbows stay in as you come all the way to the earth. Breathing in, gently lift through the collarbones. And then looking over towards your left hand side, elbows towards the back of the mat. Take a breath here. As you breathe out, coming back down. Breathing in, looking over to the right hand side, elbows towards the back of the mat. Engaging through the knees. Exhaling, coming back down. Forehead to the earth, tuck your toes. Push up through your knees into downward facing dog. Take a breath in and step your right foot forwards, left knee to the ground. Inhaling to reach the arms up. Exhaling to fold forward. Step the feet towards the front of the mat, hip distance apart. Take a breath in, hands to shins, extend the spine. Take a breath out, bend the knees, fold forwards. Breathing in, keep the back flat as you rise up. This time, reach up. And as you breathe out, bring the hands through the heart center, find mountain. Take a breath. Do that one more time. Breathing in. Breathing out, fold. Inhaling, lift the heart space. Exhaling, step that left foot back this time. Option to keep the left knee off of the earth here. Inhaling, come up to high or low lunge. And then as you exhale, bring both hands behind you. Clasp them the way you don't normally clasp them. That will feel a bit funny. Bend your back knee if you're in this high lunge. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Option to begin to lift your gaze very slightly forwards, maybe even up. Finding the breath. Breathing in, lift up through the arms. As you breathe out, bring the hands to the earth, step back to plank. Take a breath in here. Option 2, release the knees to the earth or come straight through plank pose to come all the way down. Take a breath in, slide the elbows underneath the shoulders into Sphinx pose. Take a moment here to imagine lifting the belly button off of the floor, squeezing the front ribs. Chin is parallel to the earth. One more deep breath. As you exhale, gently bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Press up through the knees to downward facing dog. Breathing in, left foot steps forwards, option to lower the right knee. Inhaling, reaching up, high lunge or low lunge, and then exhaling, clasping the hands behind you, this time clasping the way that feels normal. Take a moment to find that support in the pelvis. We don't want to dump into the lower back here. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, pull the front of the shoulders back, and then maybe begin to gently look up. Two more breaths. Breathing in, slowly reach up. Breathing out, stepping the feet together this time for chair pose. Bring the hands into the heart center. Find that neutral position of the pelvis as you sit down deeper and check that you can see all 10 toes. Bring your hands to your sternum, your heart center, and relax the shoulders away from the ears. Deep breathing deep into the lungs. Just take one more breath here. And then inhaling, press through the feet, reach up. Exhaling, bring the hands through the heart center, Tadasana. Take a breath. So option here to have your feet hip distance apart or big toes touching, depending on how stable you feel. Bring both of your hands behind you and clasp them the way you don't normally clasp them here. I'm going to have my feet hip distance apart. Take a breath in and lift through the chest, engage the core. As you breathe out, begin to bend your knees as you fold forwards. Allow the belly to come towards the thighs. And then see if you can allow your hands to release gently away from your back. Let the head, neck, and jaw go. Take a moment here to really breathe into that back of the body. Doesn't matter how far your hands come away. Let's take one more breath here. And then inhaling, sit your hips down, sweep your arms forwards. This time reach your arms up into chair pose. You can have your feet hip distance apart or your knees together. Sit down, take a breath. As you exhale, fold forwards over the legs. Breathing in, lift through the heart space. Breathing out, step straight back to plank pose here. Take a breath in. And then as you breathe out, begin to tip your weight over towards your right hand side. You might need to lower your right knee here for half side plank as you reach your left arm up. Or you may be able to extend both legs away and have the toe touching the ankle. Some of you may even be able to stack the feet on top of each other and kick the heels away. Wherever you are, breathe. And then reach that left arm forwards. Find length through your side body. Keep pressing the hand into the ground. One more breath here. Exhaling, tip back over into plank. Knees can still be on the earth here. Inhaling, other side. So maybe your knee is down, reaching up through the right hand. This is the first option. Wherever you are, inhaling, reaching through that right arm forward. Create length in the side body. And then as you exhale, let's come back into plank pose. Bend your knees, lift your hips into downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Deep breath out through the mouth. Take one more of those if that felt good. Really nice. Gently inhaling, lifting your right leg. Kick out through the heel. Keep the knee facing the ground. Exhaling as you step that right foot forwards, maybe taking 2 steps here. Inhaling, reaching up into a high lunge. So we're going to find that same position here, clasping the hands behind our back. First time is the way that we don't normally do it. Again, check in with your pelvis. You may need to bend that back knee, squeezing through the shoulder blades. So you're welcome to stay here, working with this lunge and your balance. For some of us, we may like to begin to tip our weight forwards so that our chest becomes parallel with the earth. Allow the crown of the head to reach away from the heel of the back foot. And then allow the outside edge of your right hip to scoot back, squeeze the inner thighs. Option again to stay here, or to see if you can come into a balance, lifting that back foot up, keeping your arms in this variation. If you've lifted your back foot, kick out through the heel. It's like bending your standing knee. And if you wobble, that's okay. This is about finding balance rather than finding the perfect pose. One more breath wherever you are. As you breathe out, let's bring that back foot down. Breathing in to reach up. Breathing out, thread your right arm underneath your left at the elbows, coming into eagle arms, backs of the hands together. Inhaling, lift up through the elbows, take a breath. Take a breath in to reach up. And a breath out to fold forward. Step back to plank pose. Exhaling, release the knees to the earth, come all the way down to your belly. Inhaling, press the toenails into the ground as you lift up through the head. Back of the head is reaching up towards the sky. Option here to lift up through your hands, squeezing the elbows. Let's take 3 more breaths here, gazes towards the earth. Last breath. As you exhale, hands find the earth, chin finds the ground. Push back up through the knees into your downward facing dog. And again, an option to take an exhale through the mouth. Breathing in, lift that left leg. See if you can keep the knee facing the earth, shoulders balanced. Exhale, step that left foot forwards. Option to take 2 little steps here. Inhaling, rising up. Bending that back knee if you need to. And then clasping the hands behind you. This time the way that you normally clasp them. The way that feels kind of right. Really nice. So finding stability in the pelvis here. Strength through both legs. And always the option to stay here. Or you could begin to bring your body parallel to the earth, scooping the inner thighs together, powering out through that front leg. Crown of the head is reaching forwards. And then option again to lift through that back foot. That right foot lifts up. You may need a few tries. Doesn't matter how high the foot is. See if you can keep the knee facing the ground. And you'll find that you'll wobble. Just taking 1 more breath. Really nice. Exhale, come back down if you've come up. Inhale, reach up. And as you exhale, come towards the ground. Step back straight to downward facing dog this time. Take an exhalation, knees towards the earth. Sit your hips towards your heels, child's pose. Option to release the shoulders and your hands back towards the back of the mat. Take a moment to let everything go. Shoulders, the arms, the crown of the head, the jaw. Nice. Let's take a breath in and walk ourselves up into a kneeling position. Inhaling to reach up. Exhaling, let's do the other side of eagle. Left arm reaches underneath the right, balancing out the shoulders. Inhaling, scooping the elbows up towards the face. And then breathing out, coming to sit down on the mat. You might like to sit on a blanket, a cushion, anything nice and soft. Just extend both of the legs away from us and give them a gentle squeeze, a wiggle. And then when you're ready, let's lift the right leg up. See if you can do this without your hands. I'm going to bring the right sole of the foot to the outside of the left. Kick the heel of the left foot away. Take a breath in and wrap your left arm around your right knee. And bring your right hand behind you for a twist. Breathing in, press the back hand into the ground, lift up through the spine. And as you breathe out, find a deeper twist. The gaze is soft here, maybe the eyes closed. You're breathing in to walk your hands forwards. And then let's use our hands this time. We're going to see if we can stack the knees on top of each other. It might look a little bit more like this for you, and that's okay. We're internally rotating the thigh. So see if your knees will stack on top of each other. Keep kicking that heel away. Option to be sitting on your cushion. Reaching up with both arms. Palms face towards each other. See if you can avoid flaring those front ribs out. Find length through the spine. And then bring your left hand towards the ground. Right arm still reaching up. Bring your right palm to the back of your neck and lift the elbow up towards the sky. Imagine you're trying to grab that space between your shoulder blades. Finding some space here. And then see if you can breathe into your right and left hand. There is an option here to bind your hands by bringing your left hand around. But I like to keep that right hand on the ground. Really nice. Let's take a breath in and reach up the arms. And then again, press through the fingertips, see if you can just lift that right leg up and extend it away from you without using your hands. Give your legs a shake, give your shoulders a shake, and then same thing on the other side. So left leg lifts up, the sole of the foot is going to come to the outside edge of the right knee. And then right arm wraps around the left knee, left hand comes behind. Inhaling, press through the fingertips, grow tall. And as you exhale, find that deeper twist. Jaw is relaxed and the breath is smooth. Take one more breath here. Really nice. Inhale, calming forwards. And then seeing if we can stack those knees. Doesn't matter if we can't. Finding that internal rotation. Inhaling, reach both of the hands up. As you exhale, left hand comes down. Right hand comes to the nape of your neck. Imagine you're trying to touch that space between your shoulder blades. Spine nice and tall. breath into the back of the heart, that three-dimensional space. One more breath here. And then let's come out of the pose. See if we can not use our hands and bring that left leg out again. Really nice. So let's bend our knees and bring both hands up, preparing for boat pose. See here if you can bring your weight back and then gently lift your feet off of the ground. And then lift your feet up, squeezing the knees towards the chest. From here, option to just roll onto your back, or to see if you can come down super slow through Ardha Navasana, half boat pose. Extending the legs away from you. And then gently releasing all the way down. Give your knees a squeeze into your chest. Allow the pelvis to melt onto the ground. So we'll end with some supine twists. So keep both knees into the chest, open your arms into a T, palms face down. And then as you exhale, let both knees fall over towards the left-hand side. Option to look over to the right here as you relax. Allowing the spine to twist. I like to think of it as getting all of the toxins out, like squeezing a sponge. And take your time to come over to the other side. Gently letting the legs fall over to the right. And looking over to the left. Gently breathe in to come back to center, and then find your way into your final resting pose. I'm going to take Shavasana today with the knees knocked together and soles of the feet on the earth, palms facing up. And then let's take an exhale through the mouth. And to allow the weight of your body to sink into the ground. Feeling the earth supporting you from beneath. I'm going to stop this video here, but please take at least 5, maybe even 10 or 20 minutes to rest. Relax after your practice. This is the most important pose in our practice. Namaste.